Shalom to everyone. Thank you everyone for coming and supporting the shiur. This shiur is sponsored in honor of Lag BaOmer and those who passed away on this date in different years. B'zechut Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, in your houses should be only fire of Torah, fire of Kiddusha, the arguments of the Torah, the learning and growing in the Torah. Amen. I would like to say thank you to our first sponsor, Mr. Gabriel Chaimov. Leilu nishmat his father Molo Elohu ben Shifra Ruach Hashem Tenichenu Began Eden. Our second sponsor, Mr. Chagai Chaimov. Leilu nishmat his mother Zine Zilpa Bat Tamar. And also, we would like to wish Hatzlacha Rabba for our additional sponsor. He found out today is Lag BaOmer day, even though today should be after Lag BaOmer, but the whole day was Lag BaOmer, and we still feel the fire of Kiddusha. We're going to go some beautiful depth of the Torah today, B'li Neder. And this shiur also is sponsored by Ariel Eliabayev Ben Yosef Ve'Leah. It's a guy who had birthday last week. Hashem should give him arichut yamim v'shanim, baby boy. Amen. If it's not a boy or girl, also bracha. Whatever is there should be matzliach. And with this I want to say Mazal Tov. Today, had baby girl, Simcha, and Yael Aminov. Mazal Tov, we're happy for you guys. Healthy mommy, healthy baby, they should come home safely. Ba'atzlacha, v'cheni ratzon v'noman, amen. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going next week, next Sunday, to Buffalo trip with Hashem's help, with the bracha of my Rabbi Rav Wolkin. And I want to say thank you those who sponsored whatever they sponsored. Hashem should give them bracha v'atzlacha. We have Sha'arei Eliyahu unique congregants, guys. Each one of us, we're all family. Each one of us better Baal Chesed than the other one. So today, I want to say the short conclusion, what we began about Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu wrote down from Hashem. He brought down from Hashem entire Torah, written Torah and oral Torah. But he wants to bring hidden Torah. Hashem said you cannot bring hidden Torah unless you go to Eretz Israel. So Moshe Rabbeinu passed away without entering Eretz Israel. His Gilgul was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai entered Eretz Israel. He was born in Israel. And he wrote down Zohar and Kabbalah. The day that Hashem opened up the gates of Shamayim to bring down the knowledge of Zohar and Kabbalah, entire Torah, to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was the day of Lag BaOmer. There's many opinions. I looked it up today. As those few opinions that I looked it up is Bnei Yisachar. He says the day Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away was Lag BaOmer. When Tzaddik passes away, Hashem takes his Torah from his neshama and spreads to the world. Whoever grabs first. This is what we felt last year when Rav Chaim Kanievsky passed away. A lot of Talmidei Chachamim came out within the year. We see crazy stuff going on in the world, in Israel, in America, all over the world. A lot of Talmidei Chachamim give shiurim. Where there such a giants from Torah came out from? From the sparks of Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky. And before that, Rav Yosef. And before that, Rav Eliashiv. And it goes and goes. But when Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai passed away, he was the father of the fathers. in the learning and teaching of Zohar and Kabbalah. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he was compared to Adam HaRishon before the sin. He never sinned. This is why Gemara, Makot, page 17b says, Amar Rava. Rava said, if person's wife is pregnant, give her bracha that she should have a baby like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. If no, she shouldn't have a baby. Why? Because Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai never sinned. Gemara is saying, what is good for a person? To be born or not to be born? Gemara says not to be born. Why? He sins. Gemara says, but Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, it's good to be born. Why? He never sinned. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai never sinned. Today is the day where we can uplift into the world of me, new me. It's a new person me. In learning and growing, in Kiddushat of a person. That person should never sin. Thank you very much, Rabbi Ariel. I would like to learn with you today Zera Shimshon. Rabbi Shimshon ben Nachman Michael Nachmani, at his old age, he couldn't have any more children. He didn't have son to say Kaddish for him. And he said 300 years ago, he said, if you learn my Sefer, as if you say Kaddish for me, I'm going to perform open miracles. So today, we'll learn Zera Shimshon. Parashat Bechukotai. I believe so, that 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit less, I learned this once with you. But today I'll add some different chidushim from different sfarim. I want you to enjoy this piece. I know English not so easy for everyone to understand here, but it's not going to be more than 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, we stay as one, pray Arvit. Then we go outside, make a bonfire and dance all together. So fire of Torah to be all over us the whole entire year, Be'ezrat Hashem. Okay, now we begin. Torah says, "Im bechukotai telechu, ve'et mitzvotai tishmeru va'asitem otam, v'natati gishmechem be'itam," and so on. Hashem says, if you will follow my commandments and keep them and fulfill them, I will give you rain and time, and you'll be blessed. You'll be blessed with money, you'll be blessed with children, and so on, all the brachot. And if God forbid, Hashem says, if you will ignore, not keep my Torah, then chas v'shalom, not good things. And Torah mentions this week's Pasha 49 curses. The Chachamim say the curses are not cursed bad thing. It's the outcome, it's the result of your action. You take a knife, you cut your finger, you see blood. Blood is not punishment, it's a result of your action. So Hashem says there's no curses in the Torah. It's just the result. You put a stick, you will trip over it. You put a broken ladder, you'll try to climb up, you're going to fall down. Why? Because the ladder that broken, you put it there. So this is what our Torah teaching us. Psukim im b'chukotai telechu im b'chukotai tim asu. Hashem says, if you will follow my path, or you will ignore it. You will be feeling disgusted from it. Yes, the dakdak ma'akefel. You could analyze. What's the double language here? Shel shlosha lashonot bebarachot. In the blessings, there's 3 languages that are double. B'chukotai telechu, mishpatai tishmeru. If you will follow by my laws, you will keep my laws. V'achar kach v'asitem otam, and then you will keep them. Im hakol inyan echad. Why to say 3 different languages? You will keep my laws, you'll follow them, you will guard them. If everything means one thing, keep Torah, finished. Why to say 3 different things? And by curses, doesn't say if you will not go by the Torah. So why it says there? What does it say there? Tim asu. That's talechu. What's tim asu? What's maus? Disgusted. He says, if you will be disgusted from my laws. Why doesn't it say? Look, when you tell someone, if you will keep, you'll get reward. If you don't keep, don't get reward, right? Why Torah says, if you will follow my path, bracha. But if you will be disgusted, No bracha. What? But doesn't make sense. It's different language. Why has to be different language? ומה ישנה שהתחיל שם ואם לא תשמעו לי ואף שם יש כפל לשון. And if you don't listen, also talks about double language. ויש לומר שהחובה המוטלת על האדם לאהוב המצוות ולשנוא את העבירות. You see somebody, you ask him, sir, do you wear tefillin? He says, yes, sure I wear tefillin. Do you keep Shabbat? He says, sure I keep Shabbat. Do you keep kashrut? Sure I keep kashrut. Then you ask somebody, do you love keeping kashrut? Oh, that I don't know. Do you love keeping Shabbat? Ты любишь это соблюдать? Или ты соблюдаешь, потому что все мой дедушка соблюдал, тоже соблюдал. Я робот. Человек любит соблюдать? Или он соблюдает, потому что его дедушка соблюдал? Do you love it? Или Тора говорит, лашон ра не говори. Ты лашон говоришь, я не говорю. А почему ты не говоришь? Ты ненавидишь это грех? Или ты не говоришь, потому что это нехорошо? Когда человек не любит что-то, он должен ненавидеть, что это нехорошо. When you don't want to sin, you have to hate the sin and you have to love mitzvah. This is why the Torah sometimes says, you know, I know a lot of people say Kaddish for their fathers. We say Kaddish. Somebody passes away, you say Kaddish. Why you say Kaddish? Except for you respecting your father, except for it's a mitzvah to do. Do you love saying Kaddish because it's mitzvah or no? That's the big question. If you do, you love Hashem. Why? Mitzvah is chain connected to Hashem. You love mitzvah, you love Hashem. You drink. Before you drink, you make bracha at the year. Do you love making bracha or just make bracha? If I don't, it's not going to go good. I'm going to lose parnasa. Stop. Parnasa one thing. Do you love keeping the mitzvah? It's a big thing. You know, as Chatan get married to the Kala, he has an obligation to make his wife happy. Not only buying clothes, not only buying jewelry, not only buying food, as a relationship, as a mitzvah honor. A husband has to make his wife happy. Do you love your making your wife happy? Emotionally, yeah. You know, emotionally, sometimes people get here a different way. They think you have to see it 15 minutes, natatzi, ha ha, he, yeah, you good, you this, that. And Lamasa, and the action is not there. That's not emotional. Emotion, one thing. In action, one thing. In a mitzvah, one thing. And person, except for everything you did, Chazak Baruch, do you love doing the mitzvah? When you put 3 coins in tzedakah, right? It's right thing to do. You get bracha from that. You give tzedakah, you get rich. Do you love giving tzedakah? That you have to ask yourself a question. That is ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha. What's ve'ahavta? You love Hashem. How do you love Hashem? Through loving mitzvah. You get to love Hashem. ויש לומר שהחובה מוטלת על האדם לאהוב המצוות ולשנוא את העבירות. A person has to love mitzvot and hate averot. Not only I don't do averot because it's bad, it's dangerous, you get sick from that. No, I hate doing sin. Now when you do that, now you connected with Hashem. שמי שאין לו אהבה קשורה בליבו עם המצוות, if person does not have love with his heart connected to the mitzvah, אף אם לא יחטא עם כל זה, לא יהיה לו זריזות המצוות בקיום המצוות. Even though he doesn't sin, he will not have such an anxiousness, such a desire, such a speedy doing, love to the mitzvah. Why? Because he does it because it's good thing to do, or he doesn't do, it's not good thing to do. But you have to love doing it and you have to hate not doing it. You have to love doing mitzvah and hate doing sin. ואי אפשר שיבוא לידי נקיות. If person doesn't have that love, it's impossible for him to come to keep Torah or mitzvot with the purity, nekiyut, cleanliness, purity. ולהפך, מי שאין שנאה תקועה בליבו עם העבירות, if person doesn't hate sins, אפשר שאיזה פעם ייפול בחטא. Could be because he doesn't hate sin, he could fall on it. Guys, I'm sorry to say something. I just remembered. If anything, jump on this guy. His name, where is he, David? It's him. I'm sorry to say, there is a tremendous big sin that we're dealing today in the community. Big sin, big. It's scary.
2 weeks, but it's never too late.
There is a big sin.
You gotta talk about gambling.
It's a big sin that we're dealing in the community. It's called, simple word, gambling.
Poker.
When person gambles, do you know how many sins he gets? Let me speak to you a little bit. He gambles, I'm not going to say $1 million. How people gamble? You sitting by the game, box, and you say, Rahmat Kuna, Josh Begainam, Tyson will win. Second one says, no, this was Gainam 7th level, this Gainam 14th level, Holyfield. He's not holy anymore. I'm joking. I don't know these people. I'm just joking. So I don't know to run after me. What did you say after me? Bejan Jones, But Bagosh has not also, So what happened is, I'll send you for that. So he says this one will win. I put $500,000. Today people big stuff. When I hear stuff, I shake.
Yeah, he's here. I want to make sure he's here.
Second one says, if he will win, I put $500,000. Okay? Now game goes. As he punches him, he jumps. As he punches him, he jumps. As if he gets hurt. Why? Because we're talking about big bucks here. Suddenly, one won and one lost. And he paid $500,000 within 45, 1 hour, 3 hours. 6 hours. He lost $500,000 for 6 hours. Do you know for $500,000 how many children you could have put in yeshiva? You could have built the whole shul over there. You know for $500,000 how many people you would save? From not going to bad friends and not going to bad schools? Do you know for $500,000 how much you would make your wife and children and grandchildren happy? And what you did? You went to your friend's house, they gave you 3 nice liquors to drink, and you saw the game and you came out. Now you owe $100,000 to this one, $150,000 to this one, $75,000 to this one, to this, and now you fall into depression. For what?
Sports betting.
For one bet. Anytime you go to gamble, every step you put, you get sin for that. You won gambling. You have stolen money in your hands. That money has no bracha. As it came easy, it will go easy. So let me give you advice. I was in Kolel Rabbi Pinto 22 years ago. Manhattan, it just opened up. I was the first student there. 22 years ago. One, my Israeli friend. I was that time around 20 years old. He was 41 years old. Israeli friend of mine. We were very close with him. We were walking in the street. He stopped somewhere and said, it's okay. I said, what is this for? I said something wrong. He said, no. He turned me around. He said, you see this 46-story building? I said, yes. He said, 3 years ago it was mine. I said, now? I lost this and I lost my family, he said. I said, what are you talking about? He said, yes, I went to casino and I started playing. In the beginning, I won. This was mine. And I won 3 buildings around it. In the end, one thing went wrong. And I lost everything. They came. They kicked out my wife from my building and my kids. And I lost everything. And I lost family, he said. La aleinu v'la alechem. Guys, I'll tell you one friendly advice. You should know I'm not your enemy. It will hurt me seeing you making big mistakes. Take that money. Put on aside for your children. Take that money. Find a good Rebbe for your child to teach him Torah for 1 year. Give him this $20,000. Say hello. Go learn with him. And I'm not going to put this money on casino. It's a big sin. It's a big mistake. Hashem gets upset. Hashem says, I give you money, what do you do with it? This is why, guys, very important. Not only, now let's go back to the topic. Not only, you should not go to casino because it's wrong. You have to hate it. You have to hate casino. Casino is not the place of the blessings. It's a place where people go in rich and come out with nothing. And to become rich, they work 30, 40 years in their life. This is why, guys, think twicely before you go somewhere. In Bukharian world, they would say, Bin Jota, Mon Pota. See if it's safe place to be, then put your leg there. If it's not safe place to be, stay home. Let your family enjoy from you. Let's go further. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but we don't have any gamblers here. This goes shiur to different states. Ulchen. Guys, Vinyas. Please be seated. Thank you. Ulchen bekiyum ha-mitzvot. Amar HaKatuv. Therefore, for keeping mitzvot, the Torah says, Im b'chukotai telechu. If you will go after my commandments. What does that mean? Not only keep it, love it. Dehainu shaya lachem sin'a gemura im ha'averot. You have to hate with tremendous hatred the word sin. Sin, you should hate. Ve'od shetikshuru ahava gemura im ha'mitzvot. Build a strong chain with mitzvot. You have to love mitzvot. Ve'ed mitzvotai tishmeru milashon ve'aviv shamar et hadavar. You have to wait when Shabbat comes. You have to wait when Tefillin comes. You know Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, before Pesach begin, everybody's happy running. He kissed his Tefillin and said, 9 days I'm not going to see you, he said to his Tefillin. Mine? Thank you. As soon as Pesach was over, Rav Moshe Feinstein came to his tefillin and he hugged it, said, how much I miss you. Kissed it and then put it on. This is wearing tefillin. Why? You have feelings here. You're not a robot. Put it on, take it off, close it, put it, that's all. No, you feel it, you grow with it. It becomes part of your body. You miss it when you don't wear it. בעוד שתקשרו אהבה גמורה עם המצוות ואת מצוותיי תשמרו מלשון ואביו שמר את הדבר שבלא אהבתכם תזדרזו ללכת לקראת המצוות לרדוף אחריהם. I tell you one thing, I'm a lawyer for all of you today. Today I am a lawyer. I could tell Hashem, these people, they left everything today and they came to learn Torah with love. Each one of you came here today, you came here with love. Wow, Rabbi Daniel, Beruchim Habayim. Let him come in, let him come in. When you come to learn Torah with love, guys, you have no idea how I feel really lucky in my life. Why? I know each one of you. I appreciate your respect for another person. Each one of you will willingly stand up just to give to another person to sit. And I respect your humbleness. And I respect your love of Torah. I don't say this in the shiur. I see you come to the shiur, you show your love. Today, somebody left his grandmother's yahrzeit, came to the shiur. A person had strong business deal today. He stopped it, he came to the shiur today. I'm not going to mention his name.
Rabbi, me and David were at
Mr. Israel left his grandmother's yahrzeit, came to the shiur today.
Rabbi, me and David were at Hachnasat Sefer Torah in Main Street. We came just for the shiur.
Really? Wow.
It's on our status.
Rav David and Rav Nisim, they left Hachnasat Sefer Torah just to come to the shiur. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. All of you came today. Sekto. Prishli beruchim habayim. When you do things with love, this is what Hashem respects. This is what stays in front of Hashem, and it will never be forgotten. Not even in a million years. Now I'll go with you further. When you love mitzvah, you run doing it. You don't take it lazily. You run. And that's what Hashem says. What means the word shamor? Keep. What means the word shamar? Shamar. Keep. Do you know what it means according to Rashi? Rashi says there's a second meaning. Shamar means waited. How? Ve'aviv shamar et hadavar. Yosef HaTzadik's father Yaakov was waiting for his dream to be fulfilled, that he should become a king. When it comes Sunday, do you wait Shabbat? If you do wait Shabbat, then they call you how? Shomer Shabbat. Not person who keeps Shabbat, that's obvious. A person who waits for Shabbat. Who's going to go home today and say, oh, I prayed Arvit, I'm going to go to sleep, I'm waiting to put tefillin in the morning. When you do that you have love to tefillin. You're not going to wear tefillin the way you wore it yesterday. You're going to wear tefillin tomorrow. Wow, it's love. I was waiting for it. When you run to do mitzvah, then it brings to purity, nekiyut. ולהפך, בקללות, אמר ואם לא תשמעו לי לאהוב המצווה ולשנוא עבירות, שזה גרם לכם שלא תעשו את כל המצוות האלה. But if you don't have love to the mitzvah and you don't hate sin, then you come to do sin again and again. And why? Because you love sin. Hashem says, I want you to hate the sin. ואדרבה, אם בחוקותיי תימאסו, and if you will, God forbid, hate my mitzvot, שמעשתם הדרך הטובה במצוות, if you hate somebody does good, somebody gives tzedakah, you say, hey, don't give tzedakah. Somebody goes to say, why are you going to shul? You crazy? Somebody keeps Shabbat, says, come with me, let's do shopping. Don't keep Shabbat. Chas v'shalom. We don't have people in this generation like this. But what if somebody does that? ואף את משפטי תיגל נפשכם. And then some people say, oh, these people do yeshuvos, I don't want to be there. These people say, you know, one guy came from Israel 20 years ago. He was my brother's friend in Samarkand. Not religious, he's anti-religion. So my brother saw his friend came on Friday night and said, listen, let's go to shul. He said, no, I don't want to go to shul.
What you mean?
No, it's a different person. So my brother brought him to shul, Bet Gabriel, that time, 20 years ago. You know how he was standing there? Like this. My brother said, why are you looking everywhere? He says, мне стыдно сейчас, кто-то меня увидит, что я в синагоге, мне стыдно. He says, I'm embarrassed if someone will see me come to shul. My brother looked at him and said, you crazy? In Russia, you couldn't go to shul because they would put you in jail. In America, they gave you freedom, you feel embarrassed, you crazy? I'm embarrassed that you're standing in front of me, my brother said. If you don't come down, sit over there. 5 minutes later, he came down. But the main thing is, we have to appreciate mitzvot. We have to love mitzvot. You wear a talit katan, oof, it's hot. It's the Rabbanah. That's how you love Hashem. Hashem says, when I take care of your body, I don't care the Rabbanan, the Oraita, Kula, Chumra. I take care of you because I love you. But you love me, Hashem says. If we love Hashem, there's no questions. Even though you'll be sweating, you're going to have it. Why? Because when you go out with a girl to get married, you don't care. It's hot, cold, winter, summer. There's unconditional love going on there. Once love is conditioned, person has to stop and think to himself, what am I doing? Am I in the proper path over here? Do I really love or I'm saying love? It's two different things. שהמשפטים הם דברים שאפילו לא נכתבו ראויים הם להתקיים מדרך הטבע וישוב העולם. What means laws? Not every law has to be written. Even though something is not written, you keep. Something not written. Bless, your friend inside of your heart. Even though it's not written, let's say, you have to keep it. Why? Because you love Torah. You love Hashem.
Where is he? Danny, we were just talking about you.
הם להתקיים מדרך הטבע. רבי דניאל, ברוכים הבאים. You're putting me in an uncomfortable situation when you're standing outside. I'm not going to continue that way.
We have a seat right
Please
here.
come inside.
Danny, jump, yo. No, I couldn't wanted to leave. I have a seat right here.
Come, yeah.
No, you don't want to sit with me?
We're
going to Buffalo.
We really want to say thank you for coming to supporting the shiur to each one of you. I'm not going to mention names because 1 hour is not enough for me. But I don't want to miss anybody. Each one of you is a big pillar in the community. And I can guarantee that. And I'm proud of you. All those text messages that I get from everywhere from the world saying thank you for the shiur, they don't know you are the sponsors. A sponsor doesn't have to be sponsored only with money. When it comes to the shiur, his presence is more sponsorship than any sponsor. Why? A rabbi cannot give shiur properly if the room is empty. When the room is full, he feels confident. Let's continue. כמו שפירש רש"י בפרשת החרמות, על פסוק את משפטי תעשו ואת חוקתי תשמרו, אף אני אעשה זאת לכם, אשנא אתכם כדי שלא להיטיב לכם כלל וכלל חס ושלום. Hashem says, if you חס ושלום hate my mitzvot, then you making me hate you חס ושלום. You know, there was a rabbi by the name Rabbi Avigdor Miller, Rabbi Avraham Shalom Aleichem, Baruchim Abayim. Rabbi Avigdor Miller was giving a shiur. Two friends fought. It was 9th graders, you know, kids in class. One rabbi wrote a paper and sent the question to the, one boy wrote a paper and sent the question to the rabbi. And the question was, what if you hate another Jew? Rabbi Avigdor Miller read it and answered right away. It says, if you hate another Jew, HaKadosh Baruch Hu hates you. Boom! That was answer on the spot. You have to love everyone. If you sometimes educate someone, it doesn't mean you hate him. But you have to know one thing. Today, we don't have a real Rasha today. Do you know that? Who says that? Chazon Ish. Today you don't have real bad person. Why? Because today you don't have professional educator to educate him to do right things. Because nobody educated to be doing right things, you cannot blame him for doing wrong things. And you cannot call him Rasha. If you cannot call him Rasha, means we don't know how to educate, we have to educate people with smile. You don't know how to educate with smile, mitzvah for you to be quiet. Give education to someone when he feels good about himself. והטעם שהכללות בתורת כהנים הם מ"ט, and the reason why, guys, this really scared me today. And with this, I want to tell you one big chidush today. I'll give you a gift. If b'zichut Lag BaOmer you will understand it, I'll be happy. If not, listen to this recording 5-6 times, it's going to go in by itself. And the reason Zera Shimshon says, why in this parsha, Pachukotai, there are 49 curses, ובכיתבו הם צדיק ח', and in parasha כיתבו there's 98 curses, twice times more, לפי שבכיתבו נכנסו בכלל הערבות. This week's parsha, we are, each one is individual. After Shavuot, we are arvut. How do you say arvut? Guarantor. How do you say guarantor? Responsible for another person. Anytime you stay somewhere, you stay with your another Jew, fellow Jew. If I have my 49 curses, he has his 49 curses, together becomes what? 98 curses. This is why each one is responsible for another Jew. And that caused Shavuot. Each person is responsible for another friend. In 5 minutes we finish the shiur. Therefore Moshe Rabbeinu said, curses in the individual tense, like in פרשת בחוקותיי, כמו שכתבו המפרשים לומר שיקבל על עצמו אף על חברו. So a person should accept on himself and on himself. ובדרך זה יובן הקשר של הפסוק חקרני אל ודע לבבי, look into me השם and know my heart. עם הפסוק הקודם, הלא משנאיך השם אשנא. Like David HaMelech said, Hashem, whoever hates you, Mesanecha Hashem. Hashem who hates you, Esna, I will hate him. שכתב הרבנו יונה בברכות על מתניתין, בכל לבביך. When we say Shema, what it says, you have to love Hashem with all your heart. It says, בכל ליבך or לבביך. Why it says 2 times bet? לבביך, bet. Why it says 2 times bet? על מתניתים בכל לבך בשני יצריך, ביצר טוב וביצר הרע. You have to love Hashem with your 2 hearts. Good inclination, bad inclination. What's good inclination? I love keeping kashrut. It's good inclination. I love keeping Torah. Good inclination. What's bad inclination? I hate speaking lashon hara. I hate eating kashrut. I hate going to casino. It's a big sin. Casino is not a joke. Let's go. I'm just gonna put $1,000 there. What's the difference? You stole $1 or you stole $1,000? Or you stole from your son $1 or you stole from your son $1,000. You could have given this money to your child. You could have bought him a sefer with that. And you threw money to the garbage. You know how much people lose money to their daily base? When I hear amounts, I cry. Mr. Simcha, it doesn't apply to you. Just stay inside. Anyone goes to casino, stolen money. It's a sin to go there. Do not go to casino. First year, you will not lose more than 1,000. You will not gain more than 1,000. Second year, you will be bored for the 1,000. After 5 years, you will put your entire family in danger. Don't do that. If you're going to reach to 5 years. Therefore, don't go these places. It's dangerous. Which place? Casino. Going to casino, it's a sin. Sometimes people bring casino to their house. Also sin. Some people play casino in their phone. Triple sin. Some people go to vacation to have hotel with casino. You know what is this? It's simple. It's like, I want to buy a shoe with Gainam inside. Does it make sense to you? So what are you doing? You want to go on a vacation.
People think that if it's free, it's okay. Tell them that's how it begins.
Guys, I want to tell you one thing. Think about it. You know, I just want to give you an example. Think about it. Your father, I'll start from your grandfather. Your grandfather worked hard. 50 years in Sovietsky Soyuz. And he made himself 5 gold watches. Came to America, sold one of them to pay for 1-2 years apartment rent. 4 of them he sold, made cash. He passed away, gave to his son. Son bought a house with it. Grandson has that house that great-grandfather sacrificed everything in life. And he goes to casino 2 times and washes everything out. And what happened? This is a good case. Let me tell you a bad case. A bad case is husband and wife lived in Israel. Wife had problems. She had to do transplant in certain organ. Husband had that $50,000 in a bank account and he said, I don't have the money. He said, let's collect. People knew he had money, they didn't give him. Wife died. Husband kept this money, barely spent 1,000 out of that 50,000 on himself and his remaining children. Father passed away. Meanwhile, brothers, sons got together to split the money. One child goes in and empties everything out. Goes with his wife on a vacation in Israel to casino. Within 15 minutes, he loses $49,000. Wow. Hashem said, you could have used this money to save your wife. This money has no bracha. Anything has to do with casino, in or out, there's no bracha in it. Don't waste your time. Don't steal money from your children, from your wife. Don't do that to your parents. You work hard, you deserve to enjoy your money. Put your child in school, give him programs, let him learn musical instruments to support him in life. They shouldn't fall into depression, certain hard situations in life. Give him some education. Give him some profession to take. Make him be Talmid Chacham. You know what kind of nachat you will have when your son gets up, gives shiurim, reads Gemara and explains. Nothing is easy. Person has to work in, day out. When you take this away from them, you're stealing from them. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. When I heard today for one box game, people put so much money, I got scared. I said, our kids? Bukharian kids, guys. Father goes every day, stays as a barber to make $100 a day. A son puts hundreds of thousands. It's not a joke, it's scary. Hashem gave you bracha, use it wisely. This is what we mean when we say Yivarechecha. Hashem should bless you. Hashem v'yishmerecha. And Hashem should guard you. That this money should not be misused. Or should not corrupt you, chas v'shalom. It's very important. I see here people, when their fathers were sick, when father was coming out from the car, he bent down. He picked up his legs of his father and said, Abba, step on my hand, your leg. I'll take care of you. But unfortunately, sometimes young guys, they make few dollars. They don't see the difference anymore. That father, that son, that cousin, that friend, they talk, kak papa chas v'shalom. Guys, not good. Look, in this world, you wake up. Before you wake up, there's a video on you from your children. How you act, they will act. Important to think twice. What do you say? What do you do? How you say? Like, you know, I used to have funny statement. Somebody calls, one man he owed $100 to his friend. He didn't want to pay. Every time friend calls, he says, "Не поднимайте телефон, don't pick up the phone." So then, one kid didn't know, he picked up the phone. He says, "Father is home?" Father says, "Скажи, что я не дома." Say that I'm not home. If he's professional, what is he going to say? No, father is not home. But if he's not professional, my father said he's not home. But you know what I'll tell you? Either way, he's a loser. You know why? Because today he trained them to lie to him. Tomorrow they're going to lie to the father himself. That's where the danger comes in. Now let's conclude this shiur. בדרך זה יובן הקשר. אמנים בכל לבבך, וץ בכל לבבך בשני אצלך, love Hashem with two inclinations, ביצר טוב ויצר רע. דלשנוא את הרשעים, היינו לעבוד הבורא ביצר הרע. When people are really, really wicked, not Klal Israel, Goyim. When you hate wicked people, Goyim, this is how you love Hashem with Yetzer Hara. משום שהשנאה והתחרות נפעלת מיצר הרע ואהבה תלויה ביצר הטוב. When you love tzadikim, you love Hashem with יצר הטוב. ואף כאן אמר, כשאני שונא את הרשעים ואת העבירות, אני עובדך ביצר הרע. When you hate sins, you love Hashem with יצר הרע. יצר הרע. On Pesach, eat bread. No, it's chametz. I hate bread on Pesach. Even though you love throughout the year, you hate bread on Pesach, you love Hashem with your יצר הרע. That means bechol levavcha, with your two inclinations you have to love Hashem. אם כן, אז דע לבבי בשני ביתין, דלומס ליצר טוב וליצר הרע. Listen good. That's Yoma. Tomorrow, подождите секунду. Завтра ваша дочка скажет: папа, вы мне имя дали, да, сейчас скажите Дивлей Тора. Я вам скажу что-то на русском. И на этом я закончу. 50-й год на иврите как называется? 50-й год на иврите как называется? Юбилейный. Йовел. Откуда идет слово Йовел? Where do you get the word Yovel from? 50th year. Слушайте внимательно. Хашему от нас надо только одна вещь. Раби Арель, у вас готовы там? Hashem needs from you one thing. Anything you do, you have stuff, you don't have stuff. You have wealth, you don't have wealth. Hashem needs one thing from you. What? Broken heart. Hashem wants you to break your heart. Поломанное сердце. Hashem хочет поломанное сердце. How do you say heart in Hebrew? Lev. How much gematria lev? 32. How do you say broken? Break it in two. How much is going to be? 32 split in half. How much is going to be? 16. What's the two letters number 16? Yud and Vav. Hashem said if you take the word heart and you put Yud and Vav together will be the word Yovel. Yud Vav, Lamed Bet, Lev. Okay? Broken heart Hashem wants. But I'll tell you something deeper than that. When you take broken heart, you take heart and you break. What do you have? Yud, look at this, letter Yud and then Vav on the bottom. Second, again Vav and then Yud on the bottom. Which letter you got just now? You got letter Aleph. That's Alufo Shel Olam. In order to know who is Hashem, you have to have broken heart. You have to have Anava. Person doesn't have Anava. He thinks I'm big shot. Let me trick system. Hashem says you're far away from me. This is the truth of the Torah. A person wants to know Hashem, he has to be broken heart. I don't know everything. I'm not that smart. I'm not that wise. There is wiser than me. I need to get humble myself. In order to be attached to Hashem, you have to be humble. Person is not humble. He can't be attached to Hashem. Hashem should give us bracha with the light of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai to be anav. Because Mashiach will come only in the Shnat Yovel. It's not simple meaning Shnat Yovel. Chida says that means 50,000th year. I don't know how deep it goes, but one day I'll explain to you when I understand myself. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.